go. Yes, now, bless now. Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady, king of the Pit TV. We just listened to the record, The New Order by Testament. 10 tracks. It was recommended on the Patreon by Nick. Nick, I'm going to try to pronounce your name because it's Nick Sarogiannis86. I want to give full respect. My apologies if I mispronounced that. He said you got to check out Testament's second record. So it was relatively brief, 40 minutes. That's good for me. That's what I want. I don't want to hear 50 minutes of thrash for the most part. I generally don't want to hear 50 minutes worth of thrash. 20 minutes worth of thrash, sort of like, it's not, I can't take it serious. 40 minutes, 45 minutes, arguably like 35 minutes to 45 minutes, probably the best. Probably the best. Crossover record, I could give 30 minutes. Now, a lot of references in the commentary. Everybody thinks this band sounds like Metallica. I picked up initially the Metallica reference. In the vocals, everyone in the comments talk about the tone of the guitars and stuff. I didn't really pick up on that as much. But I don't know if they were musicians. If they were musicians, I can understand that. If they weren't, there's a possibility that they meant sort of like the riffing and the actual tonality and the actual, sound the guitars were making through everything, theoretically. Which would be a little more understandable. When this record started, we heard Eerie Inhabitants, which is track number 1. It got me settled in. I thought, alright, I'm looking forward to what's coming up. Wasn't the greatest of songs. It wasn't bad, but I was like, okay, let's see what's coming up. This is Testament. People argue this should have been the Big Five. Testament. 1988. Whoa. And Justice for All's been put out. Whoa. Let's hear what Testament have got to bring to the table. And after track number 1, I'm thinking, alright, let's hear something fast. Let's hear one of the thrash numbers. Anyway, by track number 2, I heard the primitive, I heard the ignorant, I heard the mid-tempo this band produces. Ignorant, great. This band exists, at least on this record, within the mid-tempo. Not within the high-paced, speed freak, crossover, punk, slam dance, push pit, craziness. This one's for the headbangers. Mid-tempo stomping through a lot of this music, through a lot of these tunes. And I rate it. I like that style of riffing. Very good. Very good indeed. Lead guitars. A lot of people were rating that Alex guy on guitar. I don't really think he held a candle. I knew he was young on the record, so fair shot. I'm not hating. I think the music was good, the lead guitar was good and all that. I thought it was relatively basic guitar soloing, especially in comparison to some of their peers, in other metal bands of the time. I don't really think this guy was anything special. Riffs were good. Drumming wasn't technical, but I say that in the best way. There was no fluff. The drummer knew what beat to play and how to play it. Wasn't messing around. Very powerful drumming. I like that. I did like that. Vocally, it was just thrash metal vocals to me. Didn't really pick up too much of the lyrical content, but picked up on the gang chants, which I liked. Picked up on the phrasing of how it was put forward. I liked it. I wasn't turned off by the vocal whatsoever. But it was, I don't know where Hetfield got his influence from, but we hear a lot of thrash metal bands where they sound a bit Hetfieldy. Just tends to be the thing, right? Tends to be the thing. If I'm going to rate this record, I'll give it 6.5. 6.5 out of 10. 6.5. I didn't need the 2-minute instrumental in the middle. Cut that off. But I would actually replace it. Normally I'd say, oh, it's fluff, it's filler. I wouldn't say it was filler. I would say it needed replacing with a 2-minute thrash metal tune. Yeah, 2-minute track, get some vocals on there, flesh it out a bit. That's what I'd say. And I didn't want it to finish off with a 4-minute instrumental. So, you could take that 4-minute instrumental, replace the 2-minute with that, and then add another track on the end. Yeah, that's what I think. A proper track. 2 instrumentals on a 10-track record was too much, especially when the 2-minute instrumental didn't necessarily amount to much. I didn't think it was worth it. What else have we got? What else can we say? Bassist gets a little bit of a time to shine, which you don't get every once in a while. You know, some bands just completely neglect their bassist. The bassist was audible and had time to shine on this record, which was good. Couple little bass breaks and all that. And yeah, it was a good record. It was a good band. 6.5 is what I'll give it. Points given to the length of the record, right amount of time. The tempo of the record, I like heavy, but not heavy just like down tempo, just ridiculousness. I like heavy in the mid tempo, the chugs, dun 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 dun. And I'll leave that there. No overt shred as well, no like just solo. I mean, there is in the instrumental, which I think sucks, but there's no like shred solo every 5 minutes like you'll get with some bands. Well, I say every 5 minutes, let's call it every 3 minutes, you know? So that's a plus as well. I'm looking forward to moving on with Testament. I think it's an easy listen. I mean, you don't get bored listening through to this, do you? I'm signing out, people. One love. Peace.